Hello and welcome to my sourdough channel. My name is Lydia. Today we are making sourdough rolls in a rush. So if you don't have a lot of time, this is a good recipe for you. This is my starter Genevieve, and I did not let her rise enough before using her in this recipe, but I still know that it's going to be super yummy. Add 100 grams of starter into our bowl. Now we are going to add 1 cup of water. After adding 1 cup of water, we are going to add 1/4 cup of sugar. You can also use honey in place of sugar if you prefer. Mix those ingredients together until the sugar is completely dissolved. It is a good idea to use a stand mixer for this recipe. You can do everything by hand if you would like. This is what your mixture should look like after you mix those ingredients together. Now we are going to add 390 grams of flour into this mixture. This is the beginning of our dough. After adding the flour, we're going to go ahead and drop 1 teaspoon of salt into the mixture. Then mix the ingredients once more until a dough is formed. Once the dough is formed, switch to this hook attachment. Then you are going to let it mix for about 8 to 10 minutes. It will look like this at the beginning of those 8 to 10 minutes and should look like this at the end, where you can clearly see the ball of dough. During those 8 to 10 minutes, go ahead and grease a bowl with olive oil. Once those 8 to 10 minutes are complete, go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of softened butter into your mixture. Let the mixer combine the ingredients until the butter is completely absorbed into the dough. Once the butter is completely dissolved into the dough, go ahead and take the dough out of the stand mixer. Now you're going to put it into the greased bowl and cover it with saran wrap. Ideally, you'd like to wait about 4 to 6 hours before taking it back out, letting it double in size. That is really what you'd like to do. However, I did not have time for that today, so we did about 2.5 to 3 hours. Once you're ready to continue the recipe, go ahead and take your dough out of the bowl, placing it on a lightly floured surface. What we're going to do now is weigh how much the dough is because we're making 12 rolls. Therefore, what we're going to do is take the number of how much the dough weighs and divide it by 12. I believe this number for me was 64 grams. So this is me weighing each roll out to 64 grams to make sure that they are all identical. After this, we're going to grease a pan, getting it ready for the oven. Once you've completed this step, go ahead and roll each bit of dough into a ball shape. Place your rolls into the greased pan, leaving enough room for them in between to grow. Cover the pan with saran wrap and wait ideally 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Again, we were in a rush, so we did about 45 minutes. You can see that they rose quite a bit. I can see though that when I poke one of the rolls, it rebounds almost completely, which means that they are not going to rise as much as I would like them to rise. Ideally, you'd like them to rebound about halfway. Go ahead and egg wash your rolls. As you can see, I did not have my brush to apply the egg wash onto the rolls. Therefore, I knew that they were not going to look very good, but I still like the egg wash for the flavor and to make them look a little bit more brown. Go ahead and pop them in the oven. We're going to do about 25 minutes to 30 minutes at 375 degrees. As you can see, they did not rise the way that we wanted them to rise, but we knew that was going to happen with the shortcuts that we took. However, they are still super, super yummy, so I do recommend this recipe. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more recipes.